You're not a coward if you are in the water and there's a shark and you think that's.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Learn English with Teachify. I'm Lewis, and I'm with
Mickey. I'm going to go first this time, Will. I'm sorry. You're with Mickey as well?
And Will, thanks for the introduction there, Mickey. I really appreciate that.
No problem.
And
we will get this right one week.
One week we should organise before. But I will throw it back to Lewis to introduce the podcast.
So thanks for that. Wow, that was so organized. It's like we've been training for this for years. But yeah, as you said, we'll get it right next week, I'm sure. Practice makes perfect, as they say, or at least practice makes progress. But in this week's podcast, we're going to speak about animals and the animal kingdom. And just before we started recording, Will actually told us that last weekend he went somewhere, a place where you have lots and lots of animals. So, Will, where did you go?
I went, and I know this sometimes is controversial because some people don't support them, but I went to the zoo, and I will tell you why. It's because my nephew, who is 18 months old, came to Madrid with his parent, with my brother and my sister-in-law. And I have no idea what plans you need to do with a child, because my plans are generally restaurants, bars, siesta, bars, restaurant. There's this type of thing.
The good life.
It's a good life. And then the only thing I could think of was the zoo. So we went to the zoo. And when was the last time you guys went to a zoo?
I was just thinking actually, because I said before this that I hadn't been for a long time, but I've just realised I did go to Elephant Sanctuary a couple of months ago. So it's a kind of a zoo.
In your gap year, huh?
In my gap year.
Yeah.
So, Will, tell us more about it. You went with your nephew, he's 18 months old, also with your brother and your sister-in-law. How was the experience? And most importantly, did your nephew enjoy himself?
Yes. Now, honestly, he's a baby, so you don't really know what they're thinking. But they were basically, I love the zoo. And I know it's controversial. I don't care. I love the zoo. It's fun to see the different animals. I saw hippopotamus, rhinos, bison, which are massive, by the way. Have you ever seen a bison?
Never.
I don't think I have, no.
I don't know, like 7 feet tall.
Just, can I interrupt you for a second? What did the buffalo say to his son? Bison!
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I got it just.
I'll take it. It's a good one.
I like
it's
it.
a good little dad joke. It was worth interrupting. Sorry, Will. Back to you.
No, it's fine. But basically, like these crazy animals, and it was awesome. And the only thing I don't really like, but I have to say it's amazing to watch, was the dolphin show.
You're horrible.
I know.
How dare you?
You know what it is? It's one of those things like you're like, oh, I hate that. But
but I love it.
It's really quite good. But yeah, it's I was gonna make. I won't say it.
No. Go back. Go on. You've started now. You have to finish.
I was gonna say it like an iPhone. We all know where they come from. How they're made, but we use them, all right. So the point was the dolphin show is kind of similar, where you're watching it thinking, they shouldn't be in there. Whoa, look at that. And this was the bit where my nephew really enjoyed as well. Yeah. So
is your nephew walking or?
Yes, he is. They put him on a lead.
What, really? Is he one of the animals in the zoo?
I mean, basically, I mean, it was they're called reins, and it's just like a little thing that attaches to a back, so he cannot wander too far or
Oh
anything.
my
It's
God.
actually a really good idea.
Is it so nobody kidnaps him?
I mean, it's anti-kidnapping as well. Did you? Yeah.
Chica chica what?
Yeah, so it was. I had a really good time, guys. I'm not going to lie. You didn't ask, but my favorite animal was the hippo. I thought it was awesome. Very big head, very fat. Just
Uh-huh.
I liked it.
Nice.
And that's it. Yeah, but how was your elephant sanctuary? More importantly.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I didn't know really what to expect. And when I went there, I was like, oh, it's quite cool to see the elephants. But actually, when you look at maybe how they're treated, is not probably the best. Like you kind of get that feeling.
Oh, really?
But it was nice. I'd never seen an elephant, so it was quite nice to see. But
Mhm.
there's people riding them and going in the waters and things. It's a bit. It was nice feeding them. I'll give you that.
Did you say
Uh-huh.
you'd never seen an elephant?
No, that's the first one I'd ever seen, apart from
Yeah.
no, I'm joking. Oh,
So you went to an elephant sanctuary. It doesn't sound a lot like a sanctuary. It sounds a little bit more like a zoo. Did you feel like it was a little bit of a controversial place? Like Will said that zoos can be controversial. Mickey?
Yeah, I did. I think this one in particular was quite famous because they've marketed themselves really well, and they have like pictures of like David Beckham there with Victoria Beckham. By the
Uh-huh.
way, the series on Netflix, must watch, guys. Um,
Recommended.
yeah, there's pictures of them there, and there's like famous celebrities. Even Johnny Depp's been there, you know. So it's kind of everybody wants to go there because of this. But actually, the place itself is, I mean, it's well organized, it's well run, and it's incredibly beautiful. But the treatment of the elephants is probably not what people assume it's going to be, seeing as it's a
Mhm.
sanctuary.
Sorry, Lewis. This was what I was thinking at the zoo. I tried to, I had these conflicting.
Did you try to turn a blind eye to it?
I did, if you want. Yes. I tried to look the other way, to turn a blind eye. I think I tried to justify my appreciation of the zoo, thinking, well, these animals in the wild are probably, they die from diseases and being destroyed by other animals. So this is probably
Uh-huh.
better. And then, that's the way I justified it. I understand that's just me trying to justify it. There are other arguments, but yeah. But Lewis, what about your zoo experiences?
Well, I haven't been to many zoos in my lifetime, but the last time I went was probably when I was in Australia, where I spent a year working there as an English teacher, and I was traveling around the country. And of course, the landscape in Australia is amazing, many parts of it at least. But also, they have koalas, they have kangaroos, they have all of these really cool animals that you cannot find anywhere else. So whilst I was there, I did go to a kind of koala sanctuary, and I didn't go to the famous zoo because there is a famous zoo in Australia, which was made famous because of Crocodile Dundee. But I
The
didn't
Steve
go
Irwin
there
Zoo.
Yeah, I think,
exactly.
Mm. Yeah, I went there
It,
like 10 years ago. It's good.
and there wasn't
uh,
any elephants, Mickey.
I don't know. I was probably a bit hungover. I'm not going to lie. I was like 19 at the time.
it
I was
was
like
animals,
19, backpacking.
I'm just really
But
surprised you've never seen an elephant.
the world is a zoo, and life in general is a zoo.
exactly. Okay, let's not talk about the elephant in the room, you know? So,
Oh,
oh, oh, oh,
oh, I can do
nice
this now.
expression.
Well, I think
Nice
we've just had
expression.
three. We've had three pretty natural expressions that have come out. So let's just recap those. So the first one was to turn a blind eye to something, to ignore that it's there, even though you know it's there. What did you say? Well, you said to look the other way, which is the same as to pretend it's not there. And your one, Lewis, was.
The elephant in the room.
Oh.
And we say usually, let's not talk about the elephant in the room or the elephant in the room just on its own. And basically, it is the big issue, the big problem that people are avoiding talking about. So I just, thought of an expression. I said it related to
Off,
elephants
off the top of your head.
off the top of my head, completely improvising without thinking. I'm just looking at Mickey right now. I can see he's so chuffed. He's so happy with himself for thinking of these expressions.
I actually am. I'm inside. I'm trying to be calm, but inside I'm very excited and happy.
I think it's because you're just winging it.
Oh,
Oh,
that could be a zoo related one.
wait, Will, what does it mean to wing something?
To wing it is wing.
I think Will's a little bit hyperactive today.
To wing it.
All of those hippos.
I love hippos, man. So to wing, the spelling is the same as the wing of an animal, and it just means to improvise, to do something you haven't prepared, So sometimes you do a presentation and you prepare a lot, and sometimes you just wing it because you've done it many times, for example.
Exactly. It's like you are playing it by ear. To play something by ear is also to improvise and kind of see how it goes as you're doing it. You're winging it. You're playing it by ear.
This is amazing. By the way, guys, subscribe, turn your notifications on because this is golden.
Oh, and comment. Yeah, comment does something with an algorithm as well. Comment, make friends in the comment section.
Oh, we do. We have some people commenting, like some two people in particular. I can't remember the names. Is it Jose Manuel? Is that right?
It sounds right.
I will tell you in a moment. There's two people. So thank you for leaving your comments and also practicing your English because it's actually perfect in the comment section. So well done.
Yeah, very good.
100%. Now, anyway, I was telling you about a koala sanctuary, a kangaroo place in Australia, but let's not continue with zoos and sanctuaries. Given that I mentioned Australia, I must admit that I am terrified of spiders. I'm so scared of spiders. I'm afraid of spiders. Yeah, I don't like spiders at all. I don't like snakes. To be honest, I don't like sharks. I'm a little bit of a chicken.
Shit.
Oh.
Chicken shit. I'm going to finish that one for you. Chicken shit.
Yeah,
so we can say to be a chicken or to be chicken shit as if it was like an adjective. And it means that you are a coward. I am a coward. I'm a scaredy cat. Oh, so many. We just can't stop it. I am a scaredy cat. I get scared very easily. And when I went to Australia, I was shitting myself. I was shitting my pants. I was scared shitless. I know. Sorry about swearing, but this is real English. Because I was petrified. I was horrified. So that being said, Will, are there any animals that you're afraid of?
Yes, but I have to clarify something because it was almost as if you felt bad. You said, I'm scared of spiders, I'm scared of snakes, and I'm even scared of sharks. Sharks is a logical fear, all right? You're not a coward if you are in the water and there's a shark and you think that's fine.
I mean, they don't want to bite you, they don't want to eat you.
It's true.
This is the dumbest thing. Okay, everyone should be afraid of sharks, especially if you go diving and you're obsessed with being buoyant and doing this in photos. Mickey, I don't understand why you would put yourself at risk where the sharks are, and maybe you can justify your actions.
Have you not seen the films Jaws?
I have seen them. Yeah, I don't know. Do you know what it is? And it sounds a bit contradictory, which is it's the most peaceful thing that I've ever done. Is just being underwater, zero sound, zero noise, and you're just kind of being buoyant, as Will likes to say, and you're just discovering a new world. And it's like being in a big fish tank is literally what it is like, and it's quite exciting.
All right. Okay. Just so you know, sleeping in the spare room is quite peaceful as well.
That is true. I'll give you that one.
Oh dear. So we're getting sidetracked. Will, are you afraid of sharks, I assume? Do you have any, let's say, irrational fears of animals?
I'm no, I don't have any irrational fears. Honest, I don't think anyone likes spiders. I think there are people who pretend to like spiders. You know, I see those videos on TikToks where they've got a tarantula on their. No, I don't think anyone
Ugh.
likes this. It's just what, you know, they're like, this is cool, fine. But go on,
What
Mickey.
would your what would your hand gesture be if you were to see something that scared you? Like, how would you react? Just out of
Well, I mean,
curiosity.
I'm glad you asked. So let's just imagine, okay? I'm just here, you know, my hands are just being cool, and suddenly someone puts a spider on them. I'll probably do this.
No.
That's right. It's a jujitsu technique of turning your fist in so you got maximum leverage to flip the spiders off you.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah. I forgot. Will completed jujitsu in 2 days.
done.
Tick.
Easy. Yeah, no, but I don't have any irrational fear. Like I will not go in the sea because there are sharks. I don't think that's irrational. I think that's rational. So that's that. Oh, and mosquitoes is not
Oh,
irrational either because I have like quite a bad reaction to the bites. And then when I just at night I hear them go. This it just drives me crazy. It drives me up the
Yeah.
wall. But
No,
I
I
don't.
feel you. I know exactly what you mean with this. If you have a mosquito in your flat and you can't kill it, but you can hear it like
yeah.
right next
It's
to
the
your
most
ear,
annoying thing.
Mm.
it's horrible. It does drive me crazy. It drives me up the wall. And speaking about mosquitoes, did you know that mosquito is the same word in practically every language, or at least practically every European language? But there is one exception. So in Spanish, mosquito, of course. In English, mosquito. I believe it's the same in German, in Dutch, in French, in so many languages. But there's one famous European country whose language changed mosquito to a completely different word. Any ideas?
I mean, it sounds like so. I don't want to sound something that maybe France would do.
No, no, no. In French,
It's not.
mosquito is mosquito.
And Germany's included in that. Portugal. Is it like Croatia or something?
No,
It's a
he's
big, famous culture and country that has exported their food and their
Italy.
culture very well.
Italy.
Italy. In
What is it in
Italian, they
Italian?
don't say mosquito.
Let's
They
guess.
say, I think it. Okay, go on.
But I mean, I don't want to do. I don't want to be in any. A fly. I don't know.
Oh my God, that hand gesture. Oh my God. If
Italian.
anybody's
Mickey,
watching this,
any guesses?
That's
Any
the
I'm not
guesses?
I don't want to embarrass myself like Will, so I'm just gonna let you give me the answer.
I don't leave my house. No one can get me.
So the answer is not mosquito, of course. It's not fly. It is, in fact, zanzara.
Oh wow, that's a nice word.
Zanzara.
Oh, that is
So it's like,
Zanzara.
oh no, there's a mosquito. Oh, c'è una zanzara.
oh, but
Oh, nice.
yeah, but the
Fun fact of the day.
okay.
I can
All right.
retire now.
Just just talking about the irrational fears, I personally don't have one, but my sister does with wasps and bees. Like she panics, like if she sees, even if it's not a wasp or a bee, it could be a fly, but she thinks it is. She goes ballistic, crazy, running, screaming, uncontrollable. Like she has a proper fear of them. Yeah.
I,
Wow.
yeah, I think, but I don't know. Is that
They do sting, you know.
yeah? Is that irrational? or maybe the reaction is irrational. Maybe it's like over the top. I
That was
don't know.
very much over the
Mickey,
top.
it seems irrational. Yeah, okay, it seems irrational. Yeah, okay, all right. For you,
Yeah,
irrational. There are some people who
yeah.
have the fear of frogs as well. Do you know anyone?
Mm.
Really?
Yeah, no names, but I had a student in the past, and I recommended a
He's
series.
talking about himself.
What? No.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I know someone who told me.
like there was this friend, and he said that she knew that her what. And basically, I recommended a series, and in one of the first 10 minutes, there was a frog.
Black Mirror. Oh, I know. I
No,
was thinking of a pig. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
no, no. Yeah, and she said, I said, how did you like this series? She said, I couldn't watch it. There was a frog. I was like, what? She's
Oh
like,
wow.
yeah, it was a completely irrational fear of frog. Literally, just seeing a frog on the series, she couldn't watch the series anymore.
Crazy. Wow.
That,
Well, that definitely does sound irrational.
yeah.
But I've got an idea. Given that we have just done a little guessing game with the name of mosquito in Italian, let's do another guessing game. So right now, I'm thinking of an animal, and I can only say yes or no. And I want you to take it in turns to ask me a question to find out more information about the animal that I have chosen in the end so that you can guess my animal. All clear?
How many questions each?
Let's say that you have a maximum of 4 questions each, and then you have to guess.
Okay, and do we do the questions one by one, or like one person does them and then the other person?
No. Take it in turns. Switch from
Okay.
one person to another. So, Mickey, if you want, you can get the ball rolling. You can kick off with your first question.
No, I was going to say ladies first. So, Will, you can go.
Oh, did you just assume my gender? Okay. So, um,
You need
okay.
a complaint form.
So, okay. Would you find the animal like spending the majority of its life in water?
Uh, uh,
You see, not that. That's
no,
take note.
Um,
Mickey.
is it an animal which is typically associated with Africa?
No.
Sorry, just a sidebar question, Mickey. Do
Yeah,
you know
I know. Yeah,
where Africa is?
yeah.
Okay, so let's assume, Mickey, we're going to use our brains here. Well, we're going to use, but half a brain each.
You're going to.
So we have to assume that maybe it's like an amphibian because Lewis said that doesn't really spend the majority of its time in water. So let's just assume that you would find it in a rainforest or something, just for why not? Okay. Lewis, are there different varieties of this animal in bright colors?
No.
Okay. What were you thinking of, Will?
I was thinking of like frogs or like salamander lizard type things.
Oh, okay.
It's not a frog.
Yeah, I wasn't just. I was trying to like whatever.
Uh,
Anyway.
okay.
Still thinking about that friend who's really, really afraid of frogs.
The frog. Is it an animal which people feed, like at zoos and things? Do you know what I mean? Or like in the streets? Like, is it one of those types of animals that is fed by people?
What kind of question is that?
I don't know.
I mean, in zoos, all animals are fed, so let's remove that. But let's say no.
Okay.
All right. Is the animal? Oh, here you are. Is it? Oh no, I won't use that. Is it dangerous to people?
No.
How many
Is
questions?
it?
Oh, fine.
I don't know. Is it bigger than this a mobile phone size?
Yes.
Is it smaller than like a desk where you would work?
Yeah. It's probably about that size.
Is it
Hold on.
one? Go on.
How many questions do we have? Because that's 8. Let's do
Will,
10.
you've had 4, but yeah, we can do 10 in total.
Okay.
Is it is it an animal that runs fast?
No. One last question each, and then I'll give you a couple of clues, so hopefully you can guess. That shows how much faith I have in you in the next 2 questions.
Oh, I hate these games.
You know what? I think I don't. No.
So just
Okay.
to recap, it spends some time in water, but I wouldn't say it spends the majority of its time in water. It's bigger than a phone. It's similar size to a desk. There are some kind of varieties, but they're not really very colorful. It's not dangerous to humans, and we don't really feed it. Well, you only would in a zoo.
I'm thinking, just so you know where my head's at, Mickey. I'm thinking like a turtle or a tortoise type thing, but I mean, tortoise doesn't spend all its life in any of its life in the water, and a turtle spends like the majority of its life. So we should probably rule it out. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. Those sorts of animals.
Oh, really? I'm still thinking of like hippos and stuff. No, I'm saying.
I thought about that earlier as well.
All right, let's go. Let's go. Last questions each. Will, after you.
I mean, oh, does it have fur?
Oh, what?
No.
It doesn't have fur. Because then I was thinking, just so you know, Mickey, I was thinking like a seal or an otter or something like this, but it doesn't have fur
I wouldn't describe it as fur, no.
or hair. Okay, I understand what you mean though. Yeah, all right. I mean, that's my questions up, Mickey. It's all down.
Would like a penguin kind of that is that fur for you or is that not fur?
What?
A penguin.
It's a penguin!
Oh, shit.
Mickey, that was brilliant.
Bravo,
Yeah.
bravo.
I'm not gonna. Lewis actually told me the name of it like privately in the chat before we started.
Yeah, you could see as I had both of my hands up showing the count, I was simultaneously typing. But no, well done. You got there in the end. It was, in fact, a penguin. A little bit of a tricky one, but you got there in the end, just in the nick of time, just in time. Now,
All of these
speaking about
expressions.
time, so many expressions. So make sure that you go back and listen to this podcast again, watch it again, take some notes for these expressions, and do not forget to, of course, like the video and subscribe to not miss a single episode. But let's just, we've got a few minutes left. We were mentioning some expressions, so let's finish off with an animal-related expression each. So I'm going to go through the first one, and to be honest, it's not actually an expression. It's a phrasal verb because that's the kind of guy I am. And as a result, we did mention pigs earlier, and we have a fantastic and really common phrasal verb which uses the word pig, and it is to pig out. So to pig out is to eat like a pig, to eat a lot. And this is something I do basically every single day. I pig out for dinner every day. I try not to have any breakfast. I don't really have lunch, but then for dinner, I pig out. I eat so much. I eat like a pig. So pig out, eat a lot.
Very nice. Very good.
Easy. Mickey, go ahead then. Your turn.
I am going to do one which I frequently use, which is to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. It's quite. I think it translates into other languages, or you always have something similar along those lines. And in English, it means to basically complete 2 objectives at the same time. So to kill two birds or two objectives at the same time in the same moment, which is, yeah, nice one, very useful.
It was beautiful.
That's mine. What have you got, William?
Really nice. Thank you. Mine, I'm gonna say something because there are lots of expressions. I always say I don't really use expressions, so I will choose a word, an adjective, which is fishy, which is obviously fish plus y, something very useful in English. Any noun plus y turns it into an adjective. Fishy, and it means something's not right. So something's fishy or something smells fishy. It means I don't trust. Something's not as it seems. All right. Something.
Mm.
Yeah. So something's a bit, for example, I don't know. Mickey seems very happy and he's been very nice. Something fishy is going on.
Are you implying that I'm not normally nice? Is that what you're saying?
I'm saying Lewis is generally nice and and Mickey is generally there.
Something fishy's going on.
Something fishy.
Something fishy.
Before we finish, I was like cracking up to myself. I was making myself laugh because Will, you said that any noun you add a y and it becomes an adjective, which is a great rule in general. Of course, there are exceptions. And then I was just thinking, like, names are also nouns. And I was like, oh, Will. Will. Will is a noun. So we just add a y and then we get Willie.
Willie is a respectable name. All right.
That is
nothing wrong with
fantastic.
Willie. All right. I like Willie.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do.
Everyone likes Willie. I think Willie's a good. Yeah,
Okay, I think that's the perfect way to end. Thank you so much for listening on Spotify or watching on YouTube. We've had a blast. We've had a good laugh in this podcast. I hope you have had a good laugh too. Oh, I can't get my words out. So do not forget to keep teachifying your life. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. We love you, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.